Bam, we're live. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to the Forging Theories. I was about to say podcast. Close enough. It's a live stream, so Forging Theories live stream.
Yeah.
Basically, all the gentlemen are back in the proper seats. We're going to be talking about the right things this week. We do have the rest of our tournaments that we started last week to finish up our Marvel Phase 4 tournament. We have some Marvel news that happened over this past week, but we are going to kick it off with DC news. DC This Week in Review. Big things coming from the DC camp. Again, if you guys have been living under a rock, Harry, go ahead and hit us with the hierarchy. What's the line, man? I want to hear it from you.
You know, there's a change in the hierarchy of power in the DC universe.
Yep. And a big change that is happening is Wonder Woman 3 scrapped. Patty Jenkins apparently and reportedly sent the higher ups of WB a Wikipedia link for what a character arc is. I mean, I guess. I'm sorry, Patty. I gotta say, your second movie was. So that doesn't help. Rumors are also flowing about Superman, Man of Steel 2, reportedly not happening. Is it happening? DC's a mess. So we are here to tell you guys what should happen with DC. Full reboot. Do we take some of the legacy DCEU characters, pull them over? We're still getting Aquaman. We're still getting Flash. We're still getting Joker. We're still getting Batman spinoff for Penguin. We're still getting Blue Beetle. So there's still some stuff that was announced that's going to happen. However, Black Adam supposedly kicked off the DCU. So, Mr. Jalapeno, put it to us straight. What should happen, man? At this point, with all the news we're getting, where should DC go?
I can't really reach my gauntlet, but let me go ahead and snap the previous universe away, bro. I hate to say it, man. I hate to say it, but dude, I think longevity-wise, I'm talking about like 10 years down the line when we're looking back at 2023, start fresh. Keep all of the non-connective stuff, the Batmans, the Jokers. Well, that's about it.
Oh, Blue Beetle.
Oh yeah, Blue Beetle. Yeah, so keep all that stuff right now. That's fine. And start from scratch in terms of trying to develop a cohesive universe. And even at that point, I still believe that each character that they're going to introduce should have one solo film before ever having some kind of crossover. You get your Superman movie, Green Lantern movie, Martian Manhunter, establish all of the characters of the Justice League. Some of them you might be able to intertwine. Like you could do a Green Lantern and Martian Manhunter maybe, or a Green Lantern and a Hawkman, or somebody like that. But don't rush this process. Take your time. Make us enjoy these characters. Give us phenomenal stories. And then give us something that actually makes sense in terms of a team-up film. And then at that point, when you do have the team, make sure that each individual person on that team plays a pivotal role in, what the sake of the situation is, right? I think a big problem with like Justice League, at least from some of the conversations we had, like, bro, as soon as Superman got resurrected, it's over. It's not Justice League. It's dawn of the rebirth of Superman. He came in and he was like, all right, I could take this. I can take it from here. So, make sure that each character has something that they bring to the table.
100%. And I think even with that point, I think what Marvel got away from, and I think a big issue, probably would have made Phase 4 feel a little bit better, is utilizing post-credit scenes. I don't know why people just like post-credit scenes carry almost as much weight as the movie itself. And it can carry even more. Point in case, fine, I'll do it myself. Bro, when you hear Thanos say that, you're just like, it's game on. Like, let's go. Something is happening. Like those seconds propel the overarching story forward, utilize your post-credit scenes. Number two, in my opinion, establish your team, but for the love of everything, please do not start with the most powerful character that we'll probably ever see on screen, because everyone else is going to fall short of that character every single time. Harry, I know you're going to say Man of Steel, it was a great kickoff. That's fine. Put my man back in his rocket ship and shoot him in the space and let people kind of create some waves first, because you can't live up to it. You can't live up to it. And they did the same thing with Black Adam. They did the same exact thing. Hawkman, dope. I'll never see him. Whenever Hawkman shows up, if he ever gets beat down, I'm like, why don't you just call Black Adam then? Like, you shouldn't be here in the first place. And that's truthfully how I feel, is like they need to elevate the power scale, because DC characters are, I mean, you take the Justice League and put them in anything Marvel, and they're
wash.
Probably smoking. Like, Thanos probably doesn't do Thanos things for the most part. Maybe, I don't know. It's a separate conversation. But I want to bounce it off of you, Harry. I'm going post-credit scenes and Stardust city level, almost CW style. Protect your city, then protect the Earth, then take care of the universe, then go on to the multiverse. Like, that is the ladder I feel like they need to climb, that I think gets overlooked.
Yeah, firstly, I agree with Mr. Jalapeno. If they're going to reboot, they need to completely reboot. They need to recast everyone, as much as it pains me, just because I love Henry Cavill as Superman. But they need no strings, none. And as much as I don't want Black Adam just to be a one-off, they don't need any strings to the previous universe. Obviously, we have all the numbers now of Black Adam being out for however many weeks. With Wakanda Forever being out, obviously Wakanda Forever has done way better than Black Adam as far as ticket sales and domestic domestic and global revenue. But they just need to, if they're going to start fresh, they need to start fresh, and they need to. Man of Steel is the perfect way to start a universe. I'm just going to say.
Just plug, bro.
Yeah, what's your problem? Yeah, and I am truly curious to see where they go from here. But answering the plot, or the post-credit scene and all that, yeah, I think post-credit scene and all that is very important. But I think Marvel has gotten away from it just because it's Disney. They got billions and billions and billions of dollars, and I think it's specifically with the MCU. Every Marvel movie, they know they will make money because they have diehard Marvel fans. Whatever Marvel movie that comes out, they will make money. So they don't have to put a post-credit scene out that is like, okay, what's that mean? What's going to happen next? Unless it's like maybe a new character, like whatever.
I love Mr. Whatever, dude. A great hero.
Yeah.
Great hero.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think especially in this new DCU, post-credit scene.
Don't get that wrong, kid. You got to get that right.
Yeah, I got to get that right. Exactly. I think in this new universe, they need to make post-credit scenes very, very a top priority, and they need to, they need to make that a priority.
I'll say this with the post-credit scene thing real quick. I think you're really seeing these long-term contracts hurt future movies and those types of things, because you can make a post-credit scene, but if I'm putting Christian Bale in a post-credit scene, do I really have the resources to pull him in just for that, and then I'm doing his movie 2-3 years down the road or something like that? Like Mahershala Ali, how much better would that post-credit scene have been if we would have seen him in his black trench coat, fresh cut, shades, fangs, sword, like the whole get up? And yeah, we heard his voice and we got that, but he could have been in Florida where the people are putting it together in California or Georgia or wherever it might be.
Yeah.
But I just think like quality post-credit scenes go a long way. Bucky with his arm locked in that thing with Sam and Cap.
Mm-hmm.
Man, when you see that, like that is an impactful post-credit scene. Not
best
hot dog
one.
stand.
Best one.
Probably one of the best ones.
That's gotta be a video or a live stream we do.
The best
post-credit
post-credit
scene?
scene.
Yeah, best post credit scene.
We're gonna have to
doing
run that
it.
one for sure. But even
yeah,
what I wanted to add to that is like, for instance, I think if they're gonna do contracts, because I feel like a huge issue behind the scenes is like contractually,
yeah.
right? Like Fabian said in the last one, every season of The Flash has been aired, filmed, edited, everything in a shorter amount of time that the Flash movie was announced and hit theater. You know what I'm saying? So when you say, "Hey, boss, you know, you're a young buck making the scenes, 28 years old. We want to put you in a 10-year contract to, you know, go ahead and perform one of the most iconic comic book characters. Dude, sign me up."
Yeah.
All right, and then in fine print, you're gonna get one movie. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
10 years later. So it's like same thing with like Wonder Woman, right? You had Wonder Woman 1 that was successful for the DC, right? I'm not gonna say that it wasn't. It was really good. Then they did
I'll chalk that up and say that was successful. Period. Just flat out.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean that was like one of the first strong female leads, you know, really setting the bar and stuff. Then you get Wonder Woman 2, and I felt like everything they did good, they didn't do in this second one.
Mm-hmm.
Then they're like, we're gonna do a third. Wonder Woman's getting her trilogy. Dude, we're almost 3 years later from when Wonder Woman 2 came out, and you're saying, oh, now we're scrapping it. Like, dude, if this was Marvel, that movie would have been made already. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the issue is like their turnaround rate is so slow, which is why I think it would be better to just have one movie per person and stop trying to do these trilogies right off the gate. What were you gonna say, Harry?
I was just gonna say I'm a big advocate for less is more, because then you can have those characters. It's not so much at once, especially in the beginning. I mean, I think I'm such a fan of the first, like, well, for instance, Iron Man to Endgame. I mean, it wasn't. You felt a story slowly build, and that's why I will always be a fan of the Infinity Saga. I mean, unless of course we're only starting into this multiverse saga, but it's going to be hard to top just because I grew up with the Infinity Saga. But I think for me, less is more. But yeah. I'm done.
I don't even gotta say nothing, bro. Look at that smile.
Dude, in DC's case, I think you have to go the less is more route. I think, listen, Marvel can throw more is more out there just because they can. And I'm not saying all of them are going to hit, but for the most part, they'll be at some point they could do this for the next 10 years. Like, all right, guys, we're going to do less is more, just a couple projects a year. And everyone's going to be like, oh, wait, what? Okay, I'm back. Fine. Or I've never left, because most of us aren't going to leave anyways. Even if they slap us in the face 1,000 times, we're most likely going to be like, if you slap me that 1,001st time, I swear I'm done.
Yeah.
But DC, there's two things that I think are in play here that have been interesting, especially from what James Gunn is saying, because anyone watching this, if you're not familiar, he's very active on social media. He has a very big presence. He always has. It got him in trouble the first time with Marvel and all that kind of stuff. Like, so he is definitely someone, if you're gonna say like listening to what the fans want, dude, this man responds to what the fans are saying to him. No problem, no questions asked. And if someone's like, you're ruining things, he's like, am I? Wait and see.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing with him and knowing his style and being a part of a very successful film franchise and studio and all that kind of stuff, he's been around it. He's been able to pick Feige's brain. The issue with the Snyderverse was it was Zack Snyder's vision and everyone had to fit into it. Where now you have the opportunity to pull in a bunch of, there is a space for the Peacemakers, there's going to be the space for the Wonder Womans, there's going to be space for the Superman, the space-based characters and those things. And he brings a lot of expertise from the space side of things, which I think is huge in DC. If you have a bad space game in DC, then I don't think you have a game at all.
Right. Dude, half the game is in space, bro.
Right.
More
Right.
than half, dude. It's like
Right.
70% space. Yeah.
So for him to come out and say, like, I think it's another thing where, like, it's overreaction, underreaction. I think it's an overreaction for a lot of people saying, oh, they canceled it. Now, back to the original question, they cancel, is it a recast or is it not a recast? And that clean slate, that's where I feel like fans are kind of being like, man, James Gunn, you're ruining things before you're even like fully in the driver's seat. Like, you're taking away our babies, because a lot of those characters were.
Yeah. But dude, like, okay, let's say we do not recast and we keep Gal Gadot, we keep Henry Cavill, we somehow get Ben Affleck to get back on board, even though he's retired 5 times for the Batman. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, James Gunn says, you know what, we're gonna do this the right way this time. Let's get you guys back in here. Dude, how many more years of your life do you have to commit to doing this? You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, just for me seeing it as like a contractual standpoint, it's like, dude, Ben Affleck put on the Batman cowl almost 10 years ago. And here we're about to get a brand new start. That's another 10 more years. Whether it comes out better or not. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, do I really want to keep doing this? Like, me personally, I would love to, but you know, you get, like, for instance, like Tom Holland. He's like, I'll never stop playing Spider-Man. This is the biggest dream of my life. He's had a great series, and he feels like he's only got a little bit more story left to tell before, you know, it starts to get overdone. You know,
Well,
part
and
of the journey is the end. Sorry, go ahead.
Sure. Jason Momoa has said that Ben Affleck's Batman is in Aquaman.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's great, but are they going to reboot everything? There's that question.
All right, real quick, yes or no? Full scrap, all characters, doesn't matter. Batfleck, Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot, all of them, Peacemaker, Cena, Jason Momoa as Aquaman.
Don't bring
like,
Cena into this.
No, screw John Cena, he's gone.
Oh, you're one of them. Okay.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm not a huge. I have moments with Cena, but then he always has to, like. I try to look on the bright side with him, and then he does these. They just give him too much rope, and he starts going off on, like, well, your pickle is a peanut butter and a squirrel and all this kind of stuff, and I'm like, dude, I don't like your jokes. Like, please stop.
Jokes are garbage, and he just keeps going. He's like, I know they're garbage, but I'm not done yet.
Yep.
Scrap everybody except Jesse Eisenberg.
Are you serious or joking? You're joking, right?
No, I'm just joking. I was just trying to pick
okay.
one character out of
Man,
the.
I thought you were serious. I love Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah. See, but that's the thing. They tease up, like, right? Didn't he say, "Hey, maybe we should have a league of their own"? Where's that guy at, bro? Like, it's almost like it's like comedic. It's comedic what they've tried to set up, and what has yet to come from it, and what will probably not come from it.
Yeah.
And also that was under different leadership as well.
Yeah.
But still, though, that's the thing. You can say different leadership all day long, but you're still representing that brand. The brand is bigger than the people. If it's DC, it's DC, especially if you're coming from a casual standpoint. Like a casual fan, and let's be honest, I personally, we talked about this a couple lives ago. I don't remember the last time I was in a theater for a DC film and it was slammed.
Yeah, true.
I don't
think,
like.
I think if if there's a hard reboot, like they excuse me, if they hard reboot, I mean cast everyone and everything, but 10 years from now, I think you could see. I mean, there might be some hate because they did recast Henry Cavill's and the Ben Affleck's and the Aquamans and all that, but I think once they get the storyline, because that's ultimately what I look for. The story is a story good. I think 10 years from whenever they actually start, I think you're gonna see some people say, "Hey, I'm excited to go see the Superman movie." Wink.
Maybe.
I got one more
But-
question.
Yeah.
I wanted to throw it in there. Do we make Robert Pattinson
No,
the Batman in the Justice League?
no,
Do you want to see him cross over with those other characters?
no.
Yes.
You say
Do-
yes, Craig.
I say yes because he is one of the most grounded. That's what the DCU needs. They need to ground themselves, dig in. You don't need a bat. I mean, for me, you guys know I said this off screen. The kind of bat that I want to see, yes, I want to see a good detective bat.
Yeah.
But he can start beating people down. That's easy. You get his costume right. You get him working out right. You get the CGI. Like, you can make him put people through walls or start punching concrete and be like, oh, this is great. But the one aspect to build around that we just really don't get from any other Batman. And again, I love the Batman. But what I loved about the Batman, yes, I love the Riddler, but it was that thriller, that psychological aspect, that detective piece, and the fact that he wasn't necessarily always right. Like, he's still learning. Very similar to a Tom Holland. We know the Batman is one of the greatest superheroes of all time. We know Spider-Man is one of the greatest superheroes of all time. I don't need to see him run through every single Joker goon.
Yeah.
I want to see him be tested. The Joker, the Riddler, Two-Face. Like, you can get those core people back in there, but at the same time, like, a team needs the thinker. I don't want him to be the guy in the chair. But I'm saying, like, what they should just go Fortnite on this. Just create a giant black hole.
Fortnite, bro.
Bro, no, listen. You know how this end? And you're just like,
Yeah.
oh, then this map is gone. Like, these movies are gone. This whole thing. Take some assets and just wipe all those movies in and have your new cast walk out of the circle and just be like, these are the new people here. Just reset it. Just be like, the map is overplayed. There's nothing else we can do on this. You know it. I know it. I'm going to be upfront about it and just say, we're going to do this right. And I think that Pattinson, bro, he's been the best Batman I think we've probably ever seen.
Mm.
Don't tell that to my boy over here, man.
Here's my example. Does everyone like Iron Man's movies?
Yeah.
Like his specific movies? No.
Yeah.
Not at the top of the game.
But Iron Man is a character,
100%.
top of the game. Christian Bale, Ben Affleck, I'll go Michael Keaton, George Clooney,
Oh wow! Don't do Clooney.
Val Kilmer. Those are, but when I say, oh, I love Batman, he played Batman. This guy has a whole setup in his house of, oh, I was Batman. That's great, but your movies were junk for the most part. And Christian Bale was not the best Bat. Ben Affleck has a chance. The best Batman that we have seen play Bruce Wayne and Detective Batman has been Robert Pattinson, hands down.
Ooh,
That's
I don't know
arguable.
about the Bruce Wayne part. I'll
You
give
didn't
you
like him as Bruce Wayne?
no. I think the Batman didn't really dive into too much of the Bruce Wayne aspect of his story. We got a lot of bro, that movie was about 70% him in the suit, which was total amazement. But
Okay.
we didn't get and maybe that's just because this is a different route, but we didn't get the Playboy Christian Bale Bruce Wayne was like,
I
"What's
don't
up,
think he's
ladies? This is my
Yeah.
build." I want reservations. You can't. Okay, then this is my building now. Like even Ben Affleck did that a few times, right? Like when they got the house back, Superman or Clark, whatever, he was like, dude, how'd you get the house back from the bank? He's like, I bought the bank. Like we didn't get any of that from this version of Bruce Wayne.
But I think they can get into that. That can be the next step where he's
100%,
like
100%.
For me, okay, I'm gonna say this. For me, I felt the Batman that we got was Bruce Wayne. It wasn't Batman. Like, I strike fear into you. I'm Batman. I do this because I am Batman. That was Bruce Wayne playing a character without being the Bruce Wayne that we know, the playboy philanthropist millionaire. And he wasn't the Batman who, at pure sight of just knowing he's around, crime drops just because Batman is in the area.
Yeah.
Like, that's who we could get to, and I think he can give us like an organic, because think about it, every time we see a Batman, it's either he's like, for sure I'm the richest guy, no problem, and I might be an okay bat, or I'm a good bat, but like my Bruce Wayne game is real low.
Yeah, he could be a perfect blend.
Exactly, that's the best way to put it. I wasted 4 minutes trying to say that one. That was the perfect way to put it. I'm sorry, Harry, I gotta be
You'd be starting fights over here.
No, but okay, this is my last real bid for Robert Pattinson's Batman to be the Batman we get in the DCU. Imagine pulling in a Robin storyline. Imagine pulling in a Nightwing. Imagine pulling in, like, these characters don't need to have insane power sets or power scale. Like, they can fit into that. Like a Mr. Freeze. Think about this. Mr. Freeze comes in with how things are, and Flash has to assist Batman against the Mr. Freeze or someone like that. That to me could be some sort of realistic, like a Green Arrow can come in and assist Batman, and that, like, those are villains who we could see, like, okay, that could be a good crossover to team up. But you have Superman being like, Freeze, what are you doing? Bam, I break through all the ice, punch this guy out, throw him in Arkham, and then it's just like, see ya.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I would be a fan of keeping Robert Pattinson as Batman, knowing that this Batman is a younger Batman, just for the simple fact that you could bring in the Robins, the Nightwings, the Red Hoods, the Batgirls. There are so many options and opportunities to do stuff like that. But with with Ben Affleck's Batman, more than likely you're not going to get that. So for that reason, or for those reasons, I would be game for that, for storyline purposes.
Mm-hmm.
Could you cross a Joaquin Phoenix Joker over with Robert Pattinson Batman?
I wouldn't want that. I don't like him as Joker.
Interesting.
I do like him as Joker, but I think, I mean, let's be real, bro. Bro's too old. Like, at the end of the day, that Joker is he's a movement kind of a guy, right? Like, he's gonna get the people to realize, like, dude, you actually aren't crazy. It's society is, and we need to, burn down the society and start anew. That's how he can become powerful. Bro, this guy gets punched in the face by the bat, it's over with. He's done. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not that guy. Whereas like Heath Ledger's, bro, he was like, dude, I want you to hit me. I want you to hit me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this guy, you get hit him, he's like, oh man, okay. I'm sorry. I messed with the wrong guy.
Who's the guy from Eternals?
My boy, Keoghan.
Yeah, I really want to see him play the Joker. It was teased.
Is it right? Harry Keoghan. I think. Or Barry.
Like that.
Barry.
Barry.
Is it Barry?
Yeah, it's Barry or Harry. I don't know.
Yeah, Barry.
Barry Keoghan.
I would
His
be
Joker,
really.
though.
I'm sorry.
His Joker is about to go crazy.
Hopefully we get that Joker. Hopefully.
Did you guys ever see his audition in the hotel?
No, I saw the deleted scene though.
Yes. So I guess he always wanted to play him, and he did his own like audition tape for Joker, where like he dressed up and had like the suit and the suspenders and the face makeup and stuff, and like they came out of a hotel room and he's in the hallway, and he did like this whole like self-made audition.
No way, I gotta see that.
Yeah,
I'll try to
Set
find it.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that was pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, the issue that I think though, talking about this, thinking, I'm just like, man, when you saw like that whole thing like Joker punch in the face, and then I think of like the Injustice video games where you're like, do I pick Joker to face Superman? And it's like, well, yeah, I can win. It's like there's still that power scale. That's what I'm saying, is that is what I still feel is going to be the issue, is where do they establish that scale? And I think it could be that to me is less is more. Less power in the beginning is going to be better, and that is more quality, instead of just throwing us, not to bring it back up, but dude, I'm sorry, but you insert anyone into that fight where it's Zod and the 3 lieutenant captains or whoever they are, I forget the name, the Kryptonians. Dude,
Everybody getting washed.
No,
Washed.
they're all getting washed.
I do agree with some of that, but I think Zack Snyder and Henry Cavill did a very good job of humanizing him.
Yeah,
for
like
sure.
the human story portion, like when his dad said the world's not ready for you, I was like, man, yeah, they're not ready, bro.
I love that movie for that simple fact. It felt so like I could identify as Superman. I mean, I wasn't. But...
Well, it makes sense though. It makes sense because, dude, especially in the United States, a being of that power is just going to throw everything into turmoil, right? Like, how does that person exist, and how do we, like, the same way Bruce Wayne said, even if there's a 1% chance that he's not on our side, we have to take it as an absolute threat. Bro's from Kansas. He was like, bro, I'm more American than all y'all. Like, I'm not cool. You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem. And his dad said it. He's like, dude, the minute you come out and you put that cape on, you will be public enemy number 1, regardless of who you save.
They crushed that though. I'm
Yeah, they
sorry.
did. That story was wild.
That was a good story, and that's when you go back and watch that movie and you feel there's a reason why Bruce Wayne showed up at the very end and was driving into Metropolis, or my guy wasn't showing up when they were blowing up trains and IHOPs. And it's not like he didn't know, but he's just like, oh, you know what? I'm going to roll up in a regular suit as Bruce Wayne in my Jeep Renegade, just driving around town.
Well, he's Bruce Wayne.
Jeep. It was a Jeep Renegade, bro. That was like a huge promo for Jeep. They were just like, oh, buy our car. Bruce Wayne drives driving it. Sheesh. But if he really felt that way, don't you think he should have pulled up as the Bat and just brought like a nuke and just been like, you guys are doing something I've never seen before. Bam.
Yeah, but I don't think Batman was at that point yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, Batman was still like a Gotham City vigilante. He wasn't on like a global, like, okay, this guy's this big of a problem. He's my problem now, So,
do you think they could have done that differently? Like, what if that was the first thing we saw? We didn't get Man of Steel, but that was the very first scene. We saw Superman versus Zod and Batman rolling in, being like, we can't do this. And then he starts looking at, metahumans and all that kind of stuff.
Now that would have been wild. Like if Batman puts the team to stop Superman. What do you
think about that, Harry?
James Gunn, sign me up, bro.
Is Superman the big bad of DCU Phase 1?
Actually, I'm thinking that would have probably been Zack Snyder's vision. Because
I mean, it kind of was with the whole nightmare scenario.
Yeah. I would
sense.
I mean, hey, I'm game for any kind of storyline from DC as long as they stick to it. You feel me?
No. All right. Last question before we move on. We're just gonna bang out this tournament. You can only carry over one person from the DCEU. Only one. Only one. Everyone else is scrapped. But you
We
can
already know what Harry's gonna say.
you can take one.
Go ahead, Mr. Jalapeno.
We're gonna carry over Lobo, Jason Momoa.
That's fine. That's the gray area in the question. Makes sense. Makes sense.
He's a variant, bro.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm going Ezra Miller.
Whoa.
From the sidelines, bro. I had no idea he was about to say that.
No, I'm joking. I'm obviously picking Superman. Henry Cavill.
Wow.
Wait, can I scrap my answer and say Dr. Manhattan?
I'll bring him in to reset the whole thing then. Bam.
Watch him. All I want to do is see him pull up in the front scene, break the fourth wall, look at the camera and say, "Is this what you guys want?" just erase.
Just wipe everyone out. I hope they do something like that. Like make it fun. Like make it fun that you're going to like bring in the new era of whatever it might be.
Make it Deadpool vibes.
Yeah. I want to say this, but I don't want to say it, and it's the unpopular opinion. But I really feel that like Gal Gadot was the perfect Wonder Woman in my mind.
Oh, perfect.
Perfect. Like I can't see anyone else really being Wonder Woman. Unfortunately, I can see other people being Superman. But if I had to say, like, she has potential if she's led right. I just think that they need to lean into more of the Amazon woman warrior aspect of things versus making her like a museum curator who's dusting off relics. I don't know.
It's director's visions and scripts.
Well, you know what? You at least got to bring some personality after your first showing. She went straight Carol Danvers on us and disappeared. You know what's funny? And I just noticed this for the first time today as I was scrolling through Netflix. I forgot that Supergirl's name is Kara Danvers.
Mm-hmm. What about that?
I just thought it was dumb because of Carol Danvers. Like, get a different name. Why do they got to keep doing this stuff?
Oh, wow. I didn't even think of that.
I looked and I was like, Carol Danvers is not Supergirl's name. And I was
Kara
like, wait,
Danvers, yeah.
it's Kara.
Might be Kara.
Yeah, well, they call her like Kara.
They call
In-
her Kara, but
In Trash Supergirl, CW,
Yes.
finally finished, setting sail, boy. It's Kara Danvers.
no, Kara.
They might as well
Carol.
call her Karen Danvers, bro, because
That's it.
that show was garbo, dude.
All right, gentlemen, we're making a quick transition over to the Phase 4 tournament so we can knock this out. We did a little pre-work, and essentially we are in our second round, and we were looking at WandaVision versus Werewolf by Night. A quick recap of what this tournament is. We essentially put, what I have, 16,
Yep.
16 Phase 4 titles, and they're head-to-head. We kind of knocked out first round. We are here with WandaVision versus Werewolf by Night, Moon Knight versus Loki, Shang-Chi versus Multiverse of Madness, Spider-Man No Way Home versus Black Panther Wakanda Forever. We're going to start off with WandaVision versus Werewolf by Night. We're split 2-2. Fabian's not here right now. However, we need to solve this. We need to solve it. Harry, which one did you pick?
I picked Werewolf by Night. I didn't vote for WandaVision before.
And I never will again.
So Werewolf by Night, it was a great introduction to the werewolf character. I think I did love the special effects, especially towards the end when they did transfer from black and white to the to color. I love that. I did love the introduction of
Bro, I love when they did that in episode 2 of WandaVision.
I love when they stole that idea from one of.
All right, I'm gonna log off now.
Have a good night, guys.
Yeah,
All
have a
right.
good night.
Let's do this. Let's just knock out the hand. Main character. Who had a better main character? Werewolf by Night, WandaVision.
Are you asking me?
Yeah, it's all of us. It's open.
Okay,
It's open. It's open. As a group.
okay,
As a group.
so-
There's 3 of us. We have no choice, but there's got to be 2-1.
For me, likability, I would pick the werewolf. Sorry.
Interesting. Okay.
I gotta go with Wanda. I will say the one caveat: I love Werewolf by Night, and I think it's a phenomenal property. The only thing is, I think its main benefit is that it only had 45 minutes. Although that could be an issue, it's like you only have to be perfect for 45 minutes, not an entire season. You know what I'm saying?
It's a good point.
So
That's a
that
good
to
point.
me, that was why I gave WandaVision the edge, but I think they're like right there, neck and neck.
Okay. I do give Wanda the edge over my guy Jack. However, they did a very good job with him in terms of making him feel like a bigger deal without really knowing what the big deal is, while also kind of knowing what the big deal is. But the one thing that I would say that I didn't really love, and I wish they would have changed, is that, like, yeah, he was there to like save Man-Thing, but I kind of wish that he played the game and had a little more involvement with the Bloodstone. I kind of wish that he did, because when you look at, like, no one talks about Elsa Bloodstone in this very much. Like, when people say Werewolf by Night, she's not really talked about. Like, I would think that she is. You could almost take him out and put her in that spot, and I think you could easily say, like, oh yeah, she for sure was the, without a doubt, main character based on what she was doing. She had more action scenes. She ended up going after what the whole point of the show was to capture this or retrieve the Bloodstone. And she had full connections to the setting that they were at, what the hunters are all about, the people in the room, the guy who died, the lady who's running the show. Like, she, I would argue, was more of a main character than Jack was, even though it's his title.
Yeah, but that was part of Jack's story, right? Like he said, when they were when they got captured, he said, all the hunting that I do is by a part of me that's not me. The entire story of them going into the maze or whatever, and him clearly saying, hey, how about we just pass each other? Like, I don't want no problems because you don't want me as your problem. That's what he was saying. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was like part of his character arc, right? Making him more than just a one-dimensional character, saying like, hey, look, I could turn this on and then you're all done without a problem. Because once he did turn it on, you saw he washed all those guys. And I think that was part of the story. It's like he's more humanized than what the stories of the werewolf and all that is all about.
I don't know. I can't say that I feel the Vision overshadowed Wanda. I feel like Wanda for sure was the bona fide top character. Vision was B. In this, I feel like it was like 1A, 1B. I give the nod to Wanda. That was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. That was a lot longer. Do we even need to talk about this? Do we need to run through this?
I gotta give it a WandaVision. That's just
I'm
me.
giving it to WandaVision.
Sorry, Harry and Fabian. I know you're not here, but hey.
Harry, do you have your coin?
I don't have any change on me.
I was gonna say lucky coin flip.
I can get
We could
Hang on.
spin the wheel. You have it?
hang on.
He's getting it real quick.
I guess I could have done it on my phone too.
I could go get my my wheel of Funko.
Bro, but you can't just put one on one color and one on the other.
We'll be here for 5 hours. We'll go back to the Fortune Theory 5-hour podcast.
It's just us in silence.
All you hear is the spinning like if it's a wheel of fortune.
Okay, let me ask you this. Here's what we'll do for the rest of these. We'll focus on, because we kind of know the characters, we know this.
Yeah.
The X Factor piece. and I kind of mentioned it last time, but
Mhm.
what really put this over the other product? Like, what was its special sauce? What made it different or better than just anything else in this arena? And how much weight does that have?
Oof. Now, when you say it like that, bro, Werewolf got the sauce, bro, because he was okay. So WandaVision was the first Disney Plus.
Okay,
And
that could be.
it-
That's
It's at the bar.
Yeah.
Werewolf by Night was the first special feature,
yeah.
and it's at the bar, bro. So
That's why I like that question, because it really
Yeah.
makes you look at them a little bit differently of saying like, well, the big draw was this was the first, and it's like, well, yeah, but so was this,
yeah,
and it's like Werewolf by Night had that knockout punch. It was like 30 seconds in, it was wham. WandaVision was just like, bro, they went all 12, and at the end, Wanda didn't knock you out, but like she just won the card. Like they just scored her for the
won by
victory.
decision. Yeah.
Exactly. Because I mean, you can argue WandaVision's ending wasn't, at least in my opinion, it wasn't the greatest of all endings.
Right.
Especially with like White Vision was like, bye, Agatha, see ya. And then friggin' Hayward shows up, and I'm like, get this guy out of here. Like, I don't know, man. The ending, it was still good. It was still good, but Werewolf, like, bro, it just went like this the whole time. The whole time.
Okay, so I couldn't find a quarter or something
Sorry.
like that.
We have technology.
Oh, okay.
Coin
So you're gonna do that?
flip.
Oh, what were you gonna do there? I want to see if
I
you're gonna
was just
flip
gonna
a
do
bottle.
this number.
Oh,
But
but
you can use technology.
I'm gonna use technology, boys.
use the AI, boy.
That's it. Here we
Run me
go.
my check with that AI.
Harry, we were talking about
The X Factor.
the X Factor. Like, what did each of these properties, like, that's what we'll talk about for each one. What did it bring that was like its special secret sauce, or we'll put it over the edge?
The Max Sauce.
Yep.
Are you
So-
asking me?
Yeah.
Well, with WandaVision, I don't know. I think for me, it just didn't age well.
Bro, it's not a secret sauce. It's like an anti-sauce.
We asked this guy for the best ingredient. He's like, "No, there's hair in this burger."
Well, no, for werewolf. Like, what was
Yeah.
the thing for you from Werewolf by Night that was like, man, that was it? That was great.
You guys are gonna think I'm so petty about this.
No. As long as it's not.
Let me hear this pettiness.
It's the fact that WandaVision was so long, and Werewolf by Night was 45 minutes long.
Okay, so the 45-minute piece, like that is good,
If
especially.
WandaVision was
That's
if
better.
if WandaVision was 45 minutes, I'd
Sure, they would have
bluntly,
told you
I'd probably like it a
no.
little more.
All right,
Bro,
that's fair.
I'm crying over here, bro.
All right, Harry, assign WBN, heads or tails.
Heads.
All right, flip again. Heads or tails. Oh, and
There it is.
WandaVision moves on. The coin has spoken. Wow, that's big. Not as big as these two shows, though.
Oof.
That's hard.
Loki and Moon Knight, baby. This is the debate right here. I'm putting 5 minutes on the clock. When we hit 55, we need to come with a decision. Secret sauce for Moon Knight, Mr. Jalapeno.
Dude, my secret sauce has to be character performance and character development.
Now, those are two tough things to say because you flip that coin, and those are probably the secret sauces for Loki.
Yeah, but let's say this. Okay, in terms of the secret sauce for Loki, if we're talking about character performance, right? We're talking about Tom Hiddleston's Loki versus Oscar Isaac's Moon Knight / Steven and Mark. This was Oscar Isaac's first time ever as this character. And for him to deliver a performance like that, dude, like, bro, watching that show with my wife, she's like, this guy is a top 3 Marvel actor right now. Probably deserves an Oscar for his performance. Dude, you can tell he turned it on when it was like, I'm Stephen Grant, I'm Mark Spector. And there were 2 separate different characters, you know, and for him to be able to do that right out the jump on the first try, amazing.
Yeah.
That's my edge.
Okay, so I'll keep this short. So I'm picking Loki between the likability, like with the character, the emotional strings that it pulled from with the series, the drama towards the end, the acting from Jonathan Majors, and in the more towards the middle of the season, or the first season, you saw the New York version of Loki. Keep in mind, you saw him experience all the memories that our Loki, he experienced all the memories that Loki experienced, and just that scene, you refelt all those memories again, all the way up into his death caused by Thanos, obviously. And I love that scene, and I love Moon Knight. I do. It's one of my favorites, but I love Loki, and between the likability and the emotional strings that it pulls, I have to pick Loki.
Ooh, this is tough. The funny thing about the way that this tournament kind of shook out is each thing that's kind of been paired up there have been like parallels and similarities with each of these.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it is. What's up?
I was just saying 100%. Yeah.
I just think it's interesting that, like, going into Loki, I don't know if I didn't know what to expect, because I'm like, man, we've already seen Loki in a lot of different ways in the Infinity Saga, and then now you want to take this guy and then put him out there more. But the way that he branches off and we kind of explore his mind versus getting an introduction and exploring the mind and the character of Mark Spector and Steven and, you know, Jake for the little bit that there was, I kind of like cancel those 2 out from a main character standpoint. And then I look beyond the show. And I have to say, in the rest of the show, they're both adventures.
Mm-hmm.
I look at the villain. Well, I think the X factor here for Loki is he who remains. And you really don't, you get a whole new sense of the show, and you have to literally probably rewatch the show to understand what it is that he was doing with the TVA, because there's so much that you missed. And really understanding what the TVA is and what it looks like, and those type, like, Loki from a watchability standpoint is a lot higher.
Yeah.
But did I enjoy it as much as Moon Knight? No. I enjoyed Moon Knight more than probably, it's up there with, well, the other side of the bracket. But if I had to say the secret sauce, Moon Knight feels how we were describing Werewolf by Night.
Mm-hmm.
It had a purpose. It showed up and it delivered within that window. Where Loki had the pull from here, create here, and still played really well in here. But it had to count on a lot of other things to make it work. And it was kind of like a perfect scenario, perfect storm kind of show. Where Moon Knight, if we never get Moon Knight again, it's still going to be top. There's no aging question with Moon Knight. There's no... that it's number 7 out of 16 or 17 is kind of weird to me. For me personally, I do have to give it to Moon Knight. I think this to me is a 1A, 1B thing, though. This isn't as clear as like a Shang-Chi multiverse of madness. That's a wash. Like, you're
Mhm.
not a wash. That's, I don't know what we want to call it.
Roundhouse kick.
Yep. Straight to the throat. This is one of those, I don't think you go wrong either way.
Mm-hmm.
If I pull my like subjective feelings from this and look at it objectively, they nailed the story from the jump. And there's no questions asked. Loki, there's a lot of questions asked. I don't know.
We're 30 seconds past our timer.
I know. So Harry,
What's
did
the
you come to the
point?
dark side? Is it 3-0 Moon Knight?
Oh, Fabian said. What Fabian say?
I said Moon Knight.
Man,
I initially said Loki, but
traitor.
sorry, man. Moon Knight it is.
I want you
And
guys
then-
to take a look outside. And when you see, it's a full moon, baby. Let's go.
Still, one thing that I'm actually curious about that I thought that they would dive into more with that is the moon. And,
Well,
like,
you saw the moon phases. Like,
you saw the phases, but they didn't reference it like I thought that they would.
well, like, I think for me, definitely on the full moon, like the finale, when bro was like, "How are we gonna get there?" He's like, "Shit, let me show you moon flight, bro." Like, those are powers that he can only have at the full source of the full moon. And I think when we see Moon Knight again, if we put him against, like, let's say we put him against a Namor on a full moon, then you can see, okay, now we can really gauge what level of damage this guy can do. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, full moon on the beach. Who wins?
Oof.
I'm
If
just
it's
saying,
Jake,
a full,
if
a
it's
full
Jake
moon, we
Lockley,
got more
it's a wrap.
tide, baby. That's more water.
Oh damn!
It's a higher tide.
Yeesh. Ooh, man, give me, man, my boy Mark could take him. But if it's Jake Lockley, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Cause bro, Namor can't fly no more.
You don't think that's gonna heal?
Bro got a wing chopped off, dude. How you gonna heal that?
I give it time. I don't know. I'll probably grow back.
Bro, go ahead and do your. No, I was gonna say, don't do yourself a favor, but chop a finger off and let me know if it comes back. It doesn't work that way, bro. He's grounded.
Moon Knight's weapons are bad from a Namor standpoint.
Ooh, bro, give
Bro,
Moon
those
Knight some
crescents?
vibranium.
No,
Vibranium daggers.
no,
It's a wrap.
no. Country wouldn't allow it. All right,
Mm,
left side of the bracket. We're gonna burn through this one. Consensus: Shang-Chi takes out Multiverse of Madness, and then in favor 3-1. Spider-Man: No Way Home takes out Wakanda Forever.
Who voted Wakanda Forever? Harry. Oh, okay. It was a close one, bro. It was a close one. I'm not gonna lie, but you're going against the GOAT.
I mean, Spider-Man in general. I mean, you will never get to see 3 Spider-Man again. Not disrespecting Wakanda Forever. I want to make that very, very clear.
Just wait until Secret War.
If they show up in Secret Wars, then maybe we can reevaluate this.
Yeah,
ranking.
exactly.
That's fair. No, it's
agree.
as is though. Assuming that we know nothing for the future, I'm all for that. And I've had to really talk to myself on that one personally. You know my rewatchability argument.
Ah, bruh. Have you seen Wakanda Forever again or not?
No.
Hey, all I know is that second rewatch though,
A+.
dude. Yeah. And then like now that I've gotten a chance to listen to the album a few times, and I hear it on the second rewatch, I'm like, I'm in the seat like this, bro.
All right. So our semifinal sets up Spider-Man: No Way Home versus Shang-Chi. And then we have Moon Knight taking on WandaVision. Uh-huh. Let's make this quick. Moon Knight versus WandaVision. Who you got right off the bat?
Off the bat, it's Moon Knight, and I feel like I got my boy Harry on my side on this one.
You know my answer.
What's your answer? WandaVision?
Bro, he said it earlier. He said, I didn't vote for her last time, and I'm not doing it again.
Moon Knight it is. Moon Knight advances to take on. Nah, I'm gonna throw this out here from the jump. I'm not picking Shang-Chi to lose against Spider-Man No Way Home. My pick. Simu Liu. Shang-Chi takes it over Spider-Man No Way Home. I'm open for questions if you guys want.
I mean, in terms of what am I doing here? You got the wrong hand. In terms of first-time character performances, wild. I walked out of that theater for Shang-Chi, and I said top 5 without a question, and that means something, bro. You get some of the best choreography in terms of fight sequences, great character development, with Simu Lee as Shang-Chi, and then Wen Wu as well. You know, his whole portion.
Yeah.
The comedy on point. It's it's stacked. But you know what stacks higher? A stack of 3 Spider-Man.
That's a good opening argument, Harry.
Everything he just said is what I agree with. Yeah. Is exactly what I was going to say too. You know, you're never going to get 3 Spider-Man again. And yeah, you could make the argument that, you know, Secret Wars is right around the corner, but that's not, you know, in stone. And not only 3 Spider-Man, you got to see the nostalgic, you know, little scenes of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man getting to do scenes with their old rivals. And I mean, you're never going to get to see that again.
Okay. Let me ask you this villain question. Who had the better villain? Shang-Chi or Spider-Man?
I got to give it to Spider-Man. I think, dude, dude, you cannot tell me that Willem Dafoe did not kill that role.
True. I was going to go with Shang-Chi,
He
but
killed
true.
the condos.
He killed what?
The condos, bro. The floors stood no chance against him. He was just straight WWEing Spider-Man all day long in that place.
Hey, bro, rent be expensive out here in New York, bro. Hey, check that rent guy here. How much you pay for rent in New York?
Do you not consider the rest of the Sinister 5 part of the overall villain?
Well, at the end of the day, he was the main villain. Like, there was nothing that was gonna change Harry Osborn's mind. He was like not going for the cure, and he wanted to make sure that Peter Parker, Tom Holland, was out of the picture. Everybody else was at least open to getting healed, getting sent back to their respective universes and timelines, and being allowed to live out a new life over there. He was like, nah, I'm chilling here. And then he brought on Electro and Sandman, and he was like, no, now you guys are part of my squad. Because Doc Ock, he had a phenomenal performance too, but at the end of the day, he was more so like a savior.
Yeah.
All right, 1v1. Who wins? Tom Holland, Spider-Man, or Shang-Chi with 10 rings?
Shang-Chi with the 10 rings?
Without.
Without? Bro, it's a wrap.
Nah.
No?
I don't know if it's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Okay, but you have to say homemade suit then, because if you say Iron Spider, then you have to say 10 rings.
I'll tell you. Hand-to-hand combat, no webbing. Shang-Chi takes it 100%. Now, strength-wise and agility-wise, I think I got to give it to Spider-Man, bro. He lands a couple of those punches, and if he doesn't pull punches the way he was punching Osborn in the mouth, dude, Shang-Chi's going to be like...
Taste the teeth.
It's close call, man. It's a close call, but dude,
we'll take him as is. Shang-Chi with the 10 rings, Spider-Man homemade suit as is. Bro, that's what he
at the
did.
end.
As is. For the next Avengers, Kang pulls up, you got to show up.
Oh, I'm taking Shang.
Harry?
Yeah, I got to agree. Shang-Chi probably, would take it.
Dude, my guy Sean coming through.
Mhm.
I was kind of forced you guys into saying at least Shang-Chi wins something.
No, but he
I
does.
know.
I mean, at the end of the day, bro, like one, in terms of like expanding the universe for Spider-Man No Way Home, I would be a happy man if I never saw Spider-Man again. I think at least Tom Holland's storyline, I think it's completely like they closed it. He is just now your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and you can leave it at that. I don't need to see it. Now, Shang-Chi, though, he's a character. I want to see him again, team up or solo. Let me know what's up in Talau. I got to go say what's up to my boy Iron Fist, because I know he's chilling over there. Like, there's so much going over there. You know what I'm saying? And the way that Shang-Chi can expand the universe, it definitely puts it up there.
The only storyline that I would want to see from Spider-Man, and I'll keep this short, is Tom Holland Spider-Man. I feel like there's a storyline to be told from Ned, like him being. I think it's is
The
it
Hobgoblin?
Yeah,
I thought they were going to do that. We talked about that for a long time.
What about
And
Venom,
it's-
though? We forgot about Venom.
yeah.
That would be a good one, too.
Like a Flash. Wasn't that gonna be?
Would you? Okay. Quick. Do you want to see a black suit Spider-Man Tom Holland run?
Yeah.
I-
One time.
Yeah, maybe. But would that be like compared to Spider-Man 3 of the original trilogy?
That's why I feel like if he does keep it, I'm cool with one time, but I feel like he should keep it for like the next trilogy, like a trilogy of black suit Spider-Man.
Oh, no way.
Because he wasn't always crazy with it the whole time. Like he had it and he ran with it for a while.
What
I'd
if
be okay with that?
What if he had the suit and he takes out vengefully in the Venom suit, he kills the Prowler?
Who's that?
Yo, that's I was about to say Miles Teller, bro. That's your boy Miles Morales' uncle.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
So what
Yeah,
if
yeah,
he
yeah.
kills him? And then Miles has to go against him. And he was like, "You were my hero." And then it's like boom, boom. And then Spider-Man's like, "It's time to hang the cape. I'm no longer the hero I used to be."
and that's
Bro.
that could be
John Watts, where you at, bro? Write me in.
I mean, that could be your introduction to Miles Morales. I want to see Miles Morales in the MCU. I'm waiting for that.
Yes. But I feel like that'll be like once Tom is like, I'm done, like I have no plans of coming back, then I feel like they'll throw in the Miles storyline and they'll pay him enough that he can at least cameo for the handoff or pull like a Hawkeye. And Jeremy Renner, like, dude, Mr. Advil at least hobbled his way through that whole show. So, Harry, you love Hawkeye too, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, no, so I thought the actual show was okay. But as far as the Hawkeye character, yeah, he's probably he's I would say one of my favorite characters. But the show, it was decent.
Okay. I didn't want this to be the hate on Harry show day.
Advil, he says, bro.
Although those AI generations of anything Hawkeye, oh my goodness, they look insane. Straight out of a video game.
I swear. I've never been more terrified of a guy with a bow.
Dude. No. That's an offline conversation. All right. So Spider-Man No Way Home advances to take on Moon Knight for the Phase 4 Forging Theories live stream championship. Gentlemen,
It's
Harry,
a wrap.
I'll let you kick it off. I'm gonna let's let Harry kick it off.
Are we actually doing it?
Yeah.
Okay. You said No Way Home versus Moon Knight? Oh my gosh. Well, I gotta go with No Way Home. For reasons like I stated before. between the rewatchability, the three Spider-Man, the the nostalgia factor, the fan, the likability. The word wasn't coming to me. Likability. Moon Knight didn't give me that. I mean, and partly of why I understand is because you're comparing a Disney Plus TV show to a almost 3 hour long movie. And I mean, yeah. And No Way Home is intentionally a nostalgia act. It is. So it's hard to it's hard to compete with that.
Yeah.
So
All right. Bring us
No Way Home.
Bring us home. Bring us home, Mr. Jalapeno.
Man, hey, all I know is my top two are in the finals. A win is a win, bro. You know, I almost don't want it to be Spider-Man because it is in the number one spot. You know what I'm saying? But there's just so many things like that movie, like in my entire lifetime, even coming out of Endgame, I've never walked out of a theater, nor do I think I ever will again, feeling so appreciated as a fan. Like down to the subtleties. And that's not just saying that the movie was straight up fan service. I also have plenty of arguments that I say that it's, you know, one of the best character developments for Peter Parker Spider-Man, and just the overall story and everything. But yeah, leaving that theater in Mexico, in a foreign country, I was like, bro,
that's right.
Yeah, because I had to go to a wedding. These guys don't know how to schedule weddings around Marvel, bro. I was like, what's going on here? So we went to the theater. I come out. First thing I do is call the Chi-Town boys. As soon as we get out, and I was like, dude, in tears. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, just the subtlety of Peter Parker opening that probably $5,000 a month studio apartment in New York by himself. And he was like, I'm like, man, he doesn't have nobody.
Yep.
And then he's stitching himself the suit, just swinging through, was it the Rockefeller building? Wherever the big old Christmas tree is. And I was like, all right.
Mr. Advil's and Mr. Advil finale.
Yeah. He was like, oh, there goes some guy falling. I should go save him.
I'm really surprised we didn't get a cameo at least a cameo from Spider-Man and in Hawkeye. They didn't pay him enough.
Just him swinging through. The
That's
city.
It could have been completely CGI'd.
Yeah. Like not even. Yeah.
No, we didn't even need. I mean, it is pretty much CGI anyways, but no. I'm with you guys on this one. Spider-Man No Way Home. It is hard to top, and I know I'm giving it crap from the last two rounds. I mean, you could argue Wakanda Forever and Shang-Chi, but one thing that neither of those movies did is deliver the moment that was the three spiders. That will forever be right up there with Infinity War and Endgame, probably more Endgame than Infinity War, but there you have it.
I mean, just everything, bro. When you're talking about the fact that my boy Andrew got to redeem himself, catches MJ, looks at her and just says, "Are you okay?" And then he just starts crying, bro. It's like, damn, dude.
That broke me.
Yeah,
dude. I was like, man, dude, he killed that scene, bro. He like this put Tom Andrews, Andrew Garfield back on the map as one of the worthy. You know what I'm saying?
Worthy of the mantle.
Yeah, and then like even the subtlety when Toby was like, "No, you're amazing. Say it. Say you're amazing, man. Say it." Like you can tell that like them three working together was just a dream come true. Even for them, you know.
Yeah. And Andrew Garfield is an amazing actor as well. So, you know, knowing that he got to prove his acting chops in, you know, that scene, you know, it was truly amazing to watch him come back to that role and redeem himself.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Hardy Venom or Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, who wins?
Are you talking about resourcefulness though? Because like Tom Hardy's villains can get taken out with a little Zippo lighter. So I'm not sure.
No, this is my bonus question before we leave. You guys saw it, Spider-Man No Way Home, Phase 4 champion. But I have one bonus question for you guys before we end this session. Can Deadpool 3 deliver No Way Home levels of fan service?
Ooh.
Yeah. I'll take this one. For me, yeah, absolutely. There are rumors out that, Deadpool 3 will go out and not discover, but it will kind of explore the other Fox level properties, meaning we could get the original Fantastic Four, possibly even other X-Men, including Wolverine, and obviously, Hugh Jackman is coming back as Wolverine, which that's enough. But knowing that we we could get more than that, it's definitely it definitely could. Yeah.
All right,
done.
Mr. Jalapeno.
Man, bro. I never thought I would see the day. I never thought I'd see the day.
We sound like old people.
Well, dude, like Hugh Jackman was like, I think I'm done. I gotta retire because I'll never get to be with Captain America and Iron Man, and then boom, a year later the contract kicks in. It's like, wait, what? Wait, let me.
He saw the money. He saw the money.
The only thing for me is that, and I'm not sure exactly how the movie's gonna go, but this Wolverine, although it's played by Hugh Jackman, does seem like it would be a variant version from the character that we've seen throughout all of his career. That being said, the emotional attachment will be attached to Hugh Jackman versus the Wolverine character, whereas like in Spider-Man No Way Home, you had Toby and Andrew play the same characters that they played previously with the same backstory, same history, same experiences. Now I'm curious to see how they can go that route, but all I know is my boy Wolverine, Hugh Jackman, get your tux fitted, boy, because you're gonna be suited up. He's got to be suited. That being said, though, I would rather have them not reveal his look in a trailer. As much as the hype would be crazy, I just want to see it in the theater for the first time. Don't show me him in a suit.
Okay.
I want to see it. I do want to say that Ryan Reynolds has confirmed that it is the same Wolverine, but it's just prior to Logan's death.
Oh, for real?
Kind of
Oh,
very-
good. Then yeah, we out here. You feel me?
if they can seriously, and this is a Deadpool movie, so who knows what is going to be a joke and what's not. But if they can pull off a Hugh Jackman and an old school Fantastic Four and pull in other previous X-Men like a Halle Berry, pull in a Magneto from anywhere else, pull in not Cyclops because I don't want them to like put a bad taste in anyone's mouth again. You know what I mean? Like if they can do those characters and do them right, like imagine if this is how we get Juggernaut, but an MCU version of Juggernaut.
Yeah,
because we have two chances. Man, I don't know, but I still don't think it can reach the height that No Way Home did. That is just different. It's just different. Those are beloved. I don't know if anyone outside of Hugh Jackman. I mean, seeing Chris Evans again would be funny, but nobody's begging to see an old Fantastic Four. At least I'm not.
It would come close, but
Close.
yeah, No Way Home, as far as fan service and nostalgia, it would come second to No Way Home.
Yeah, I agree. Well, gentlemen, we're at an hour 20. We did it. 40 minutes early. No, I appreciate you guys on. Appreciate the running through the tournament, getting some DC talk, getting some Marvel talk in, like always. Hopefully, we're all back here, same time, same place, Sunday night, and we will hopefully dive into Phase 5.
Ooh.
I got some stuff for you guys. Get the wheels turning for Phase 5. But with that, what would you say, yeet?
Yeet.
Yeah, okay. Yeet out, and we'll see you guys next weekend. Take care.